Welcome along to the Encore Lounge here at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre. I'm here with some of the cast of Avenue Q. Hello!
Hello!
Hello! We have Kate Monster.
Hi!
We have Princeton.
Hello!
And we have Trekkie Monster.
Hello, internet lovers!
Yeah, this could get messy. So let's Trekkie, will you behave for me? Will you try and behave for me? Possibly be quite good? We'll see what happens. Okay, so you guys are down here and we have Avenue Q on stage here at the Grand. So what's it like, first of all, coming all the way over to Wolverhampton? Kate, tell me a bit what it's like here.
It's raining.
Yes.
That's okay.
Is that a problem when you're quite furry?
Yeah.
It's a very personal question. Sorry.
Princeton.
Sorry.
Straight to the defensive there.
Yes, sorry.
Trekkie. Concentrate.
Okay.
Thank you. So, so the rain isn't working well for you, but other than that, you enjoying the city?
It's lovely. I love the accent.
It is a good one, isn't it? I think we sound cool. So
You've been practicing, Kate. What's your version of the accent?
So Wolverhampton! That's his friend.
That's close though. That's quite good. I'm quite pleased. Princeton, your thoughts on the city so far? The fact you're kind of in Wolves' colours. To the fact that you've got a very sort of golden skin with dark hair. You could be wearing black and gold there.
Oh, that's intentional.
Yeah. So that's as long as you're fitting in the city, that's good. But you're loving it here?
Loving it so much. The place that I'm staying at, there are dogs, so that's quite off-putting because that's a lot of fur on fur.
Yeah.
Trekkie?
Anything wrong with fur?
No.
You got two monsters here next to you.
Sorry.
Careful.
Watch it.
Trekkie, you keep them under control. And you, obviously in the city, you must be having a great time down here. And I suppose you spent most of your time surfing the internet, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I met a couple of hookers.
No, sorry.
Who play rugby?
Right.
Rugby. You know rugby?
I know rugby, yes. So you've been looking at rugby, which is great. And have you been following any of the cricket and the football and stuff that's been going on as well? Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. As long as we know what you're using the internet for, that's great. So it's good to have you. Pictures, that's brilliant. It's good to have you all along. And I mean, this is the show itself that you're all partaking in. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And there are some amazing songs in the show on there. Have each of you got a favourite? Trekkie, I'm not sure I should ask him that, to be fair.
Well, yeah. I think my favourite is. Oh, I actually don't know. I don't know the answer.
There's a fine line.
Oh, yeah, but that's a given. No, I actually really like College. The song about going back to college. It's pretty and it's sad.
Yeah, cool.
Like you.
Oh.
And the #1 hit, the internet is...
Life outside your apartment. There's life outside your apartment.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It opens Act 2. It's great.
The main thing, I suppose, for Prince is finding your purpose. And do you think you'll do that in Wolverhampton?
I hope so. We've been looking for a long time, but
6 months now.
this might be the time to find it. Yeah.
I think he finds more than that.
Okay, right. Let's talk to Lawrence, Cecily, and Tom. I think we let you relax a little bit. The gang can take a bit of a break and have a little bit of a sit down. Put Kate over there, nice and safely.
There we are.
So Cecily, first of all, I think we should let on to the fact that you do know a Midlands accent quite well, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that now.
Yes, you are. Come on.
No way.
Because this isn't your first time on stage in Wolverhampton, is it?
No, so I performed many years ago when I was back at university in Birmingham, and I performed at I can't remember what the name of it is.
The Arena?
The Arena, that's
Yep.
right, yeah, doing Dogfight and Bonnie and Clyde as well, so yeah.
That's good. Good to have you home. Does this mean you've got like family coming from all over to see you at this
Yeah,
show?
lots of family, lots of friends and uni friends and things, so it's really, really nice. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like being home.
And Lawrence, have you had
I
kind
have no friends.
You've got no friends?
No.
But your family visited you, I think, was it one of your gigs in Scotland? Were they quite keen to
Yeah.
come see you in Edinburgh?
Yes, yeah, which is terrifying actually because I realised if something went wrong, everyone I've ever loved was in the one room, and I was like, oh god, like no pressure. But yeah, it was lovely, yeah, to play to a home crowd.
And Tom, where do you hail from?
I hail from Hampshire, so Winchester is my home county, hometown, if you like. So Southampton, Reading, we've done Reading already. Slightly interesting. Southampton is where the clan will be heading, if you like.
But when it comes to the show, I mean, how do you bill it to family and friends? Because it's a little bit naughty, it's very, very funny, and I would say there's some amazing songs in it as well.
That's where I start from. I start from the songs and be like, oh, you know that song Come Line, and you know that song Schadenfreude and all the rest. You know, you kind of think, they know those ones. So it's kind of like you put that first, and then you worry about all the naughty stuff later. It's nice.
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes I do find it difficult to explain it, only because the minute you say it's a not as blatant as it's a puppet show, but the minute you say it's based on Sesame Street, some people have already gone, what?
Yeah. But I mean, I still love Sesame Street.
Yeah, I say based on Sesame. It's not at all. We're not affiliated by it.
Not even slightly. But it's got the feel of that sort of environment.
Yeah.
And the fact you've got furry friends as well.
Yeah, it's like Sesame Street, but for adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the way that Sesame Street was teaching kids how to navigate in the world, this is kind of for adults who are sorry, the other voices in my head.
There's voices in your head there. It is live. These things happen.
It's the puppets. They talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's learning different life lessons and stuff at a slightly later stage in your life, when you're in your 20s and you're still trying to figure things out, and all the kind of disastrous things that can happen along the way.
I think he does that well, and you've got probably some slightly awkward moments to describe, because your two's characters, they have some quite intimate moments on stage.
Yeah, Rod and Lucy have some intense scenes now.
Yeah. That's a really niche joke.
If you know, you know.
To explain, sorry, but that is a point of we'll come back to the sex, but the part of the charm, I guess, of the show is that there are 4 puppeteers in the show, but we play multiple characters, and that can sometimes lead
So characters again.
characters.
Oh, I've never heard you say that.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a podcast. Yeah,
characters.
so we're having to like swap different characters. Puppets. You have to swap puppets.
Maybe
and stuff.
sensitive to it now, Tom.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it now. But, Cecily also plays Lucy. I play Rod. You play Nikki and Bad Idea Bears and stuff. So it's kind of.
Trekkie.
I think I've not sat in the audience, but I think it can be quite fun to pick out like who's doing what now and how did they get there from when they were just over here 2 seconds ago. How did that happen? And that's part of the.
You two both have moments where you must have dashed behind the scenes, and that must be quite hair-raising, making sure you're in the right place at the right time.
Especially on tour, because we're in a different venue every week. Sometimes I'm worried
Sometimes
I'm
it's
gonna.
further to run.
Oh, I'm gonna run
Or
run
whatever.
into like a staircase or.
Yeah, that just wasn't there last week.
Into a broom closet. Yeah.
Or a
but-
hole in the stage that wasn't there
Let's
yesterday.
But that's the magic of it. Yeah, that's definitely like the magic of it. I think
We
that's
could die at any second. That is the magic of theatre.
Make it all live and make it all watchable. If you have got any questions whilst you're in the Facebook Live, do pop them on. We are watching your question feeds come through, so do let me know. Sorry?
no, that's
You're okay, you're just chatting amongst yourself.
Oh yeah.
That's all right.
So back to the sex scene.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to?
No, you want to clearly.
I want to open up about that. I learned personally a lot actually, because positions were being named and I didn't know what they were.
And doing them with your elbow.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty usual for me.
Right, okay.
Let's talk to Tom about what's it like being a Bad Idea Bear, especially on.
Do you know what? It's challenging. They are very funny and they're very sweet. They're sickly sweet.
Very high pitched. That must do things to
Yeah.
the throat that shouldn't happen.
Well, do you know what? Touch wood, so far I've been alright. I tend to not think about it. I kind of try my best to just because Nikki, Trekkie and the Bad Idea Bears are like 3 vocal ranges.
So far.
You've got like a soprano for the Bad Idea Bear. You've got like a tenor for Nikki and then a bass, more bass than a bass.
Some, yeah.
Yeah. Like
A little gravel.
yeah, and it all sounds relatively unhealthy when you listen to it. But I think actually, I just try not to think about it.
Yeah,
The more you
just go on and
think,
do it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's like anything in life. The more you
Yeah.
overthink it, the more protective you're going to try and be when you approach it. And actually, our bodies know what they're doing naturally. I think I don't want to go into too much technical information, but I get that
his
question.
elbow, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, quite. But I get that question a lot. How do you not lose your voice? Well, I don't know, but I must be doing something right because it's not gone yet.
You survived 6 months. That's what counts.
And also,
Yeah.
the show's been going on the show's been alive for 16
16
years.
years,
So
yeah.
the character playing that part always has that kind of battle anyway, because the characters do have to be so different no matter what you do with them. So. Yeah,
And the
it's-
voices have to be as they are so, there's no room for Well, I suppose there is, because like we all have our own natural voice
Yeah.
that brings its own characteristics and qualities to those voices, but essentially they are the same.
I say you're all recognisable. You listen to the original cast soundtrack. You guys all stand up to it really well.
Oh.
So there's no real question on that. And I think this standout moments. I mean, I do love your Trekkie. That is absolutely fantastic. I've got to say something nice to Lawrence now. What do you want to say?
No.
You do some fantastic.
I love your
work.
Brian.
Yeah. But I have to admit, stand out for me, Cecily.
Ugh.
Absolutely. Come on, isn't it sickeningly good? Everyone else.
Well, it's a well-written song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But absolutely brilliant.
Oh.
And everyone came along last night. Actually, said they thought this was. I haven't seen it 5 or 6 times. Their favourite version of Avenue Q.
Well, I have to agree with that.
Thank you.
And
We agree.
not from a biased point of view, but the pure reason I do think it is because it's the most up-to-date version of the show. Not the script. The script is and as was, but apart from those little changeable elements, sort of like when you come and see it, you understand what we mean. There are little moments within the show where they have been left to be changed by whatever is current at the time.
Yeah.
They're like words or whatever. But that's what's great about this writing, is that actually some shows going around and round and round and round, you think, God, really? Another outing of X show, won't name it. And sometimes you think, how's that still going? But I think with this, actually, it's so still relevant. It's really...
And it's still funny. Like,
yeah.
people still laugh and they still get kind of like when people see the puppets, like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the puppet, and it's, you know, they're being naughty.
Yeah,
and it's
I
like,
think-
you know.
And I think a lot of people kind of come into it a wee bit wary because they think, oh, is this that rude show? And yeah, there are bits which are a bit rude or a bit risque, whatever. But it's not that it's not designed so much anymore to, I think, to be shocking. It's still so entertaining just because the jokes
Yeah.
are so tightly written.
And plus, it's puppets as well. If
Yeah.
people were saying some of these things, they probably wouldn't get it right.
Well,
away with it.
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the fact that Trekkie's got his interests that are his interests, and some of the lines in there, you must
Yeah.
have, you must struggle not to laugh as you're delivering them.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Well, look, you know, it's one of those things, I think, where I'm not going to broach a specific subject, but, you know, when there's some, I don't know, a racial comment or a gender comment that is perhaps better received when that group that it is about is talking about it. You know what if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think with puppets, there is no, you know, that Trekkie's obviously male, Kate's obviously female, Princeton's obviously male, but like Princeton's yellow, Kate's furry, Trekkie's just this giant, really actually quite lovable monster. But
I think Cecily's hurt his feelings, but
I think they are all still living beings, but they communicate what perhaps we don't want to talk about, or avoid talking about very quickly, and that is instantly cut. The ties are cut between that kind of process we have as humans when Kate says, F, it sucks to be me. That's when people go, okay, we're on board.
Yeah,
you hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now, you're all assistants to puppets in the show. Is there a human part that you would like in the show?
As in the ones that already are.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Gary.
You want to be Gary?
Yeah.
I want to do Gary as well.
You want to be Gary?
I can't
do
do
both then.
I can't do Christmas Eve because she does some pretty high kicks
You
and
just-
bits and bobs with her body. Which
Weren't those
Yeah,
impressive?
yeah,
I mean, how does she do that?
it was the first day in rehearsal.
She can hold it. That can go up and higher.
Yeah.
Over the
Because
head.
Chris, our director, was kind of like, because at this point, maybe if you could do this, maybe do that, and then Sari, our Christmas Eve, was like, or I could do this. Or like,
Kicks me.
Okay,
yeah,
do that.
yeah, copy and paste that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And the high kicks alone are a reason to come and see the show, let alone the songs, the acting, and everything
Yeah.
else. It's
Oh,
absolutely brilliant. And,
Yeah.
and the set, isn't it a lovable set as well?
Yeah.
Really
It's
nice.
really
This is
nice.
another
Little
reason
house.
as well, I think, that it's so this is like the, I don't say ultimate, but like the,
This is where it can be.
because
Yeah.
the original production, you know, when you go to Les Mis in London, the original production of that still has, I think, or at least at the time, like old spotlights and old microphones. Like they're still using the original material that they had. The original production of this still had the same set when it was on Broadway, but now we've got like automation on the windows. We've got like these lights that I know they had lights still then, but it's just all much
And I
more
think-
up to date.
Because Tom's obviously done the show before. I think you were saying when you did it originally back in
Yeah.
2014,
Yeah.
it was one level of the house, so
Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
have the extra height. But I think that makes it whole. It just makes
Yeah.
it feel like a whole like.
It feels like a street. It does feel real.
Yeah.
But also the street is pretty run down, so if something does fall off our set, you can be
It's
like,
okay.
well, it's part of that's part of
Part of the
charm.
magic.
It was intentional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it's meant to be.
And I mean, you've got the big fuzzy queue, which has been heading around as well, and this has been popular everywhere, and it's been all over social media. I mean,
really well.
there's social media that goes with this show as well. I mean, you guys are producing content pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Is that fun?
That's what's happening right now. Yeah.
Well,
These two are really good at it. I'm terrible.
I don't know how
don't put yourself down.
No, the social media side. I've really laxed off, actually. I've taken some lessons from Trekkie and I've kind of, you know what?
Retreated to use the internet for what only
yeah.
he knows it's for.
Well,
think-
no,
yeah.
not in that respect. Second act Trekkie, I think. Reformed Trekkie.
Yeah, but I think that I think because our personal Twitter, we've had a bit of activity on, but I think it's because it's when the show becomes your life after a while, and you do care about it, and it is kind of rife
And also,
for
it's just great having people that
care,
you
that
know,
want to
care,
know.
love the show. I think
Yeah.
that's the thing because so many people love the show anyway, so they'll follow it wherever it goes, and then you get all the kind of feedback. It's just amazing. the-
Yeah, so easily you
how
can just do
much-
shows which you just kind of feel like you're just like, I was going to say farting into the wind, I can't say that. I just
Said
said
it
it.
now.
Yeah.
Farting into the wind, and no one cares. But then with this, there's
Well,
an
you have to like
audience.
plug
or,
it or something. You know, you have to say, "Oh, it's this. It's really good." With MUQ, you just say, "It's really good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And away you go. Right, give us your socials then. Tell us so where they can find you.
Oh,
First,
Christ.
you know yours
At Lom Smith, Lom Smith.
on everything, Insta,
don't
Twitter.
know.
Pretty much.
That's
think
Smith,
so,
not
I think.
Smythe, dear.
Not Smythe. Not Smythe.
I am. I think I'm Cecily O Redman. on
Yes, you
Twitter,
are.
And I think I'm Cecily Jane on Insta.
What are you on YouTube?
Comment.
I'll ask afterwards on that one.
I'm Tom Steeden
And of
on
course,
Twitter.
Tom Steeden.
At Tom Steeden, yes. Tomato Steeden.
Oh my gosh.
And look out for the Avenue Q official feeds as well. There's loads of stuff
Oh,
going
yes.
on there.
I'm
I know
sure
Princeton
you
was
did
doing
tour.
something yesterday as well.
He's
wasn't
doing all
he?
sorts
He goes
of
off on his
things.
own
It's all
sometimes as
You
well.
just
I-
find someone who's just like, "Can you give me a lift?" And that's
I've given up looking after him.
Avenue Q here at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre right the way through until Saturday. That will be the 15th, won't it? And
Yes.
you can come along, grab your tickets 01902 429212 or Wolverhampton's Theatre's website, grandtheatre.co.uk. Just get yourself on there, buy your tickets and have a brilliant time. Thank you all for joining us and your furry friends too. And we look forward to seeing more of the show and more reviews. We head the right way through to Saturday. Thanks again.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.